My story started with the pregnancy of my daughter. When I first got pregnant with her, I was about 145 pounds. The day that I delivered her, I went up to about 245 pounds. So I gained 100 pounds. I took that whole eating for two thing to heart and ate everything. After I had her, I dropped a decent amount of the weight because, obviously that usually happens. I got down to about 210, and I struggled because I had eaten so poorly for so long, those habits were still there. And at that time, I wasn't sure how to fix that. And I ended up gaining the weight back, most of it at least. I peaked back out at 225. I was a very snug size 16. I should have been in a size 18, but I didn't want to face the music. To give you a general idea of what I look like, I am 5'10", so obviously I'm going to hold my weight slightly differently than, others. I've got the hourglass slash pear shape. When I gain weight, it starts in my butt and thighs and then moves elsewhere. I've tried 3 or 4 different types of diet pills. They didn't work. Obviously. I've tried Weight Watchers. That wasn't bad, except for the fact that they don't really teach what to eat. They just tell you you can eat what you, theoretically, you can eat what you want as long as you don't go over this point system. It helped a little bit, but um, so I was still staying within my point range, but I was still eating not healthy items on a regular basis. And then, let's see, my husband and I also tried Atkins. I'm not a very big meat eater. That didn't really work for me. Now, in hindsight, I have learned you don't eat a whole lot of carbs. It's not really that good for you to deprive yourself of all of that. But that's a different thing. Um, I started doing Jillian Michaels' 30-day shred, and it worked. I got very bored very quickly because you're doing the same video every single day. It's like, okay, yay, let's do some butt kicks now. It's like I already had it all down, and I was bored, so I stopped. I think that was right about then. I had started losing some of the weight. I want to say I got down to, I broke the 200s, if I'm not mistaken. I finally got down to like 190 something. And then I found out that I was pregnant with my son. That was not easy because I was still struggling mentally with my weight and physically with my weight. And I was like, I have to start all over now. Um, and my husband was really supportive, and he's like, you know what, just do the best you can. You know, you're not going to be pregnant forever. Once the baby's here, just start back up again. He's like, you have it in you. You did it once, you can do it again. It's like, oh, okay, whatever. Not really what I wanted to hear. And so with my son, I peaked back out at 245. Obviously, I didn't gain the same amount of weight. Those late night feedings, I saw an infomercial for Brazil butt lift. And I looked at it and I stared at it. A couple days later, it came on again. A couple days later, it came on again. That kind of thing. My son is taking a nap right now, or at least he's supposed to. So that's what that banging is. He's hitting the door. And I was talking to my husband about it, and I really liked it because my butt and thigh area is my trouble area. And he's like, just get it, he's like, I know how much it means to you, just try it. And at that point in our life, I really could not afford to spend that much money on a program, but I knew that it was going to make a difference. I really did. And so I bought it. I did it for 2 weeks and I fell off the wagon. Yeah, that's not really what you want to hear. A couple weeks or maybe a month or two later, I noticed that they were doing a challenge group. And if you won, you got a pair of shorts with like the logo on it or whatever, and it's like, oh, okay, that's cool, and you're gonna be in a group with a bunch of other women, and actually I think there's like a couple of guys in there that were doing the program, and it was a challenge group, and it's like, okay, sure, whatever. So I entered my before photos in, and I stuck with it, and I remember there was this one lady in there, oh my gosh, she was using ankle weights and adding more and more and more on. And if you've ever done Brazil butt lift, there is one particular DVD or video in there that I cannot do it with, or at least then, I could not do it with the ankle weights. And this chick had like 5 pounds. I'm like, you're crazy. But her results looked pretty good at the end of it. And so I did it, and I kept going. And somewhere during there, that part gets a little foggy, is I stumbled upon my coach. And I really liked what she had to offer. And I actually stalked her for a while. And I'm like, I messaged her one day, and I never heard anything back. And I'm like, what the crap? Because I told her, it's like, I want to do this. I want to coach. I would like to help people the way I've been helped. And I didn't hear anything back from her. And a week or two later, I'm like, Lou, what's going on? Because I'm the type of person, when I want something, I will find a way to get it. We talked on the phone, and she had talked about Les Mills pump. And so it was a weightlifting, and she explained to me how women in general, it's a lot better for us to lift weights. Bought it, and I bought it as a challenge pack, so I got my first 30 days of Shakeology with it, and I was like, why do I need this shake? Seriously. I'm like, I had the sticker shock, to be quite honest. I about rolled over when she told me how much the challenge pack was for pump. And I was very, very hesitant. And the only reason why I got it is because she told me that if it didn't work for me and I really wasn't happy, she would help me get my money back. They had a 30-day money back guarantee on it. And I was like, okay. I talked it over to the husband, and he's like, if you really want to do this, then let's do it. So I did it, and I had tried Shakeology, and what that in general has done for me is, that's a whole other video, and I will have to make one of those here soon. Was doing Les Mills pump, and by the second week I could tell a definition in my arms, and it was like, it really does work. It was worth every penny that I bought, that I paid for it. And I'm still doing that program now, actually. I just restarted it about a week or two ago. I love it. It will always be my go-to program. It's just, I like that you get the heart rate of it, but you're not jumping all over the place, because I'm not a jumper. I don't like the cardio. I don't like cardio at all. But since doing that program, I have also added to that collection, and I finally got back down to 145 pounds. Yay! I'm finally back in my pant size, and that was great. And usually that's where, I would end the story. But if I'm going to be completely honest with everybody and show that I'm a real person, when I go through rough times in my life, I turn to food. That's how it is. It's my family, or if it's we comfort with food. That's how we are. Um, you know, if you're not happy, then a bowl of ice cream will turn that around. That's kind of what I grew up on. I went through a depression state, starting, it was in September. My world pretty much got completely turned upside down, and I gained a lot of weight. And this is where it's kind of embarrassing for me, because in my head I say, how can you tell somebody to do something if you're not even doing it? I wasn't always working out. I wasn't always drinking my Shakeology. And part of that actually turned into an experiment, of not drinking Shakeology for 30 days and how that affected me. But like I said earlier, I will do a video about that. And I figured out that it's incredibly important that I eat right and I drink my Shakeology and I do my workouts, because I saw a number on the scale that I swore I would never see again, unless, you know, I was pregnant, but that's not the case right now. And I saw that number and I was extremely disappointed in myself that I allowed life to get the best of me, and theoretically I binge ate, if you will. For the most part, I have gotten that under control. It is a struggle for me. I have come to find that out. I am actively drinking my Shakeology now. I am actively working out. I'm doing pump again. I'm definitely not where I was a month ago, in a positive way. And I am slowly and steadily losing that weight again. And I can feel my energy coming back. And I can feel the cravings for the non-healthy foods they're going away again. I'm doing intermittent fasting, and that's actually been working quite well for me. I've come a long way. I have screwed up. I've gotten my crap back together, and I'm doing it again. I'm not perfect by any means, and it really does help to have that accountability and same mistakes that I did in the beginning of my weight loss journey. That was 2 years of trying to figure something out. So, yeah, I don't know how to exit this, make a outro to this video. I hope y'all have a great day, and I will see you during my next vlog. I guess that's what this is. Ooh, I'm a vlogger. Either way, we'll see you. Bye.